All right. Hey, Coaches Out for Change. It's Dee Corchin. Meg is here. We are here for our Monday night team time. Just really, it's so important to connect and just commend you for continuing to show up for yourself, for your business, for your clients. Just we know that the more integrated we are, we know it works for our clients. It works for us as coaches as well. So we are always happy to see you on these calls. And we've been doing our coach spotlight the past few weeks, we've been picking out people to feature, but kind of had a new idea and twist tonight. So Meg, you want to maybe tee that off for us? You there?
Absolutely. Well, so I was watching Little League baseball last night, and one of the cute things that this team does is they do a shout out for a player. So any of the players can say, "Hey, I want to shout out so and so for doing something great." And we thought, you know what? Let's do that with our team because we know that we are great supporters and just love each other. So we would love to hear from you all. So does somebody have somebody in mind that they can shout out tonight and just spotlight? We'd love to hear.
Vicky.
All right, Gina Manley, I'm shouting you out, girl. So Gina inspired me by doing just starting a networking group and keeping it casual and not fretting over the details, which I tend to let myself get bogged into. And she has talked with me all along the way and kind of encouraged me and coached me and made suggestions. And anyway, my first meeting is a week from Thursday. So kudos to you, Gina, for making it happen.
Love that. Love that. Way to influence and inspire. Very good. Lucy.
I know she's not on this call because she's cruising, but wanted to shout out Sarah Bond. She inspired me with her water challenge, the 2-week challenge that she did, and I just finished. Because of that, I did my own 2-week water and hydration challenge, and it was just really good to just do something fun that for non-clients as well as clients. Most of them were actual non-clients and just a way to just kind of engage and support each other, encourage each other. And so got that idea from Sarah Bond.
That's so good. Way to be creative, take chances, do stuff, we talked about that last week, right? Having seeds of innovation, doing things that are new and different. So well done. Laura, looks like you did the same. All right. Felicia. Oh, you're muted.
Well,
There you go.
I want to shout Lucy's on, but I want to shout out Lucy for just how she's been showing up in her business and being very consistent on Facebook with all the little different things that she's doing. She just inspires me. She may not know it, but I wanted to just throw that shout out to her. Shout out, Lucy.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Isn't that cool? Did you have any idea, Lucy? Yeah. Yeah. Connie.
I wanted to give a big shout out to Monica Lennon. She's not on here, but Shauna is and Robin's not, for doing a synergy event and bringing a group of people together, of women together. And Monica was the host with the idea, and Shauna talked about mindset, and Robin talked about mindset. And it was just such a beautiful weekend of coming together. We had great times and great laughs and moved a lot and did some creative things. And it was just great. It was really timely for me. And I love that they did that. And I got to connect with some of our tribe.
Yeah, nothing better than that. Way to build community, Monica. If you're on here, I know she invites her clients to that as well. I got to attend her first one. And just listening to those inspired ideas to make a difference in somebody else's world. Thank you for sharing. I'm glad you got to attend. Yeah, we think we saw a video of you belly dancing, Connie. Yeah. All right. Anyone else want to shout someone out? Linda.
Find the raise your hand thing. But anyway, I'm going to shout out Debbie because I was about to have my very first conversation with a candidate who was taking, medical weight loss drugs. I just didn't know how to approach it. And Debbie spent a lot of time on the phone with me, walking me through different scenarios. And she kind of went through that whole good, better, best, and gave me not just the information, but the confidence that I needed to have the conversation. And I have a new client who today was her day one.
Awesome. Awesome. I think that's something, you know, Meg and I, that, you know, we have really strived, or with intention, I should say, to build a team that leans on each other. You know, we never want anybody operating in a silo, not able to communicate with each other. We want the synergy. And it really is awesome to witness you guys being able to lean on each other. So thanks for sharing that. Well, we'll do one shout out because Meg saw this as well. We'll do one that and whatever, but so we're part of different Facebook groups, and we've talked about in the past about being involved in Facebook groups, being contributing members, being a supporter, not just trying to sell yourself, but being a really valuable member to a community group. And we saw evidence of that in a mom's group that Gina Manley is a part of, and somebody had asked for, you know, hey, I need to lose X amount of pounds. And I have never seen Gina Manley's name lit up by so many people saying, I second Gina, I endorse her. I have to believe not all were clients. They were just people that knew of you, knew your reputation. Maybe you could speak for a second on that, Gina.
Sure. None of them were clients, but they were all women I met through the networking group that I started.
Yeah.
And most of them come every single time we gather. Some I've met one-to-one with. And it kind of blew me away that, you know, but that's why we network, right? Is to connect with other people, and you never know what's going to lead. Whoever posted anonymously did not reach out, but someone did, and I did have a back and forth conversation with her, and I finally said, hey, were you the anonymous poster? And she said no, she wasn't. She was just asking questions.
Yeah.
So you never know. You never know. And
but that's what really shows well, but it's still going to be sitting there. So if anybody goes in and searches weight loss in that group, that post will come up again. And it's a testimony to building credibility, and, you know, within a group that people felt comfortable recommending you, even though they had not used you. And that's what we want, right? We want to be pillars in our community that people think of us, right, when it comes to health and wellness. So exactly. I love that. Well, I was really just going to touch on two things quickly. I know you guys have come to hear us spill the tea from one of our latest leadership meetings last week. I swear to God, for the longest time, I didn't know what that phrase meant. You know, I would see these memes and different things. And then once I knew it, I was like, oh, I love that. But just two things I want to bring you up to speed on, or just chat for a second. I'm hoping I can share my screen real quick. Can't say enough about this momentum tour that is coming up with Dr. A and Dan. Really, they are really investing in us and the field to be able to help us bring candidates, whether it's for the program, whether it's bringing clients so they get a better understanding of what they're a part of, coach candidates, all of that. So right now they've got 4 cities picked. And we've talked about, I know some of the coaches on this call even are attending some of these local events and hopefully bringing some guests. But the 27th is actually sold out. It's in Pennsylvania. That event is sold out. It's a facility that holds hundreds, and it is sold out. But that one is going to be live streamed, and that has been intended to be live streamed since the beginning because of 2 things. Dr. A is going to present in the morning. Dan is going to present in the morning, and then the entire afternoon is going to be field training by leaders, by top leaders in that area who would be training the coaches in that area. So, you know, we typically do virtual events, virtual summits, virtual training events. This is your event for that. So wanted to make you, even if you didn't invite a soul to watch it, it would be worthwhile for you to invest that nominal amount and be a participant in that, get the recordings. but if you want, you could also do a watch party or have people over to your home or something like that, build community by having them come in and hear Dr. A, et cetera. So the live event is sold out. The live stream is still available. And then the other thing is just to clarify, the Commit to Health savings has ended. That ended on April 12th, but the client support bonus is currently still in effect. So if you have a new client come on or, a reactivated that meets the guidelines, you can still qualify for those 3% and 5% bonuses. There was a little confusion on that last week. The evidence I saw, and it's not just me, it's within the company, is that, we saw a pop in new clients and reactivated clients, which is great, right? And when we had the price savings to offer, for some of us, that actually gave us a reason to reach out to people, a way to start conversations, et cetera. But the bottom line is these individuals have a problem that we can solve. So regardless of what the price tag is, it's evidence that when we're out talking to people, we are the solution to their problem, and people will pay for us to solve their problems. So what we don't want is a decline in us having conversations with people, continuing to be out there, finding out people's needs and sharing what it is that we offer, because there are people that want it. And I saw a great quote I just wanted to share. It was along these lines, but it said, your job is not to assume what someone is willing to spend. Your job is to stand in your value as a coach and what it is you have to offer. So I hope that helps as you're just kind of thinking as we're going forward. Like, I don't just think like, oh man, the sale's over. I guess that's it for the month, because it really is. And I think if anything, it just showed us evidence that what we do and what we offer and what we do so well is so needed in the world. So Meg, you want to take it for a bit?
Absolutely. So one of the things we wanted to spill the tea on was there is going to be a change to our Optavia Leads program. Now, if you're new around here, in the past, you have been eligible for a lead from Optavia if you have $6,000 in frontline volume. So, and a lead is somebody, if somebody's out there, Sally Sue is out there looking for a coach, she's on the website and she clicks like, I don't have a coach, help me find one. Then somebody from somewhere in the country gets assigned to that person, right? So there have been some big changes to the lead program that we are really excited to tell you about. But before we do that, we want to let you know Optavia is investing an incredible amount of money right now. Like, it would blow your mind in marketing. You probably are seeing it in Facebook, Instagram. I mean, every time I'm opening my phone, I'm seeing, a new ad from Optavia. So they are investing in you. They are investing in us. And so just wanted you to be aware of that, and also let you know that the Leads program is changing. I'm going to show you a slide that they shared with us. So this shows you the performance criteria currently versus what will start in May of 2024. So in May, in order to be eligible to get one of these Optavia leads, you will have to be paid as an associate director or above in the previous month. So that's exciting. So no longer do you need 6,000 in volume. You need to be paid as an associate director or above. And then you have to acquire at least one net new client in the prior month. So that could be a new client, a reactivated client, somebody who hasn't ordered in 6 months. Either one of those new clients counts. And then the third component, we're going to have more information for you, but it is an educational component. So Optavia, they know that you are incredible, and they also want to make sure that the clients that are getting a coach who knows the habits of health and they know what's going on. You know what's going on. We know it. You're here, you're invested. So Optavia has created 2 separate modules. One is basically how well you know the habits of health. So there's a module you'll go through to learn, and then you'll take a test at the end. You can take the test a couple of times if you need to, but Dee and I both learned going through that process, and it was really, really cool. The second module is how well you know the medically supported weight loss And so there's a module you'll go through, which again, you'll learn just like we did, and then you'll take the test. So both of those things are not out quite yet. We were able to take them just to give them some data and feedback. But as soon as they are released and we hear about it, we will let you know. But again, to be eligible for the leads going forward, you have to be paid as an associate director, have one net new client, and then pass the education components. So, and that's month after month, right? You don't have to take the test every month, but you know, as far as needing a new client and keeping up your volume, that's every single month. So if you have any questions about that, put them in the chat. We can circle back. But we just wanted to give you a heads up about that new and exciting change. And I don't know about you, but I am so grateful that Optavia is pouring so many financial resources into helping us find new clients.
Yeah, I mean, most people who are business owners, they pay companies to provide leads for them. You know what I mean? Like, we don't have to do that as individuals. Like, the company is investing for us. They're going to be marketing in a couple of different ways. Part of the reason the qualifications change is that it's anticipated that the number of leads is going to increase dramatically. Based on things that are in the works. So we're going to see more marketing. It's a really cool concept they have. It's like one-stop shopping for people that want to do medically supported weight loss, that they can have. So there will be more that's going to be driven in that area, because that really has been determined to be our very much untapped market. And so, you know, as a company, right, Seeds of Innovation, we need to go where the people are. So, and fill their needs. So there'll be more advertising for that. So that is part of the reason why they want us all educated on the medically supported weight loss. Also, the intention is that eventually LifeMD will be also will be referring back and forth to LifeMD, so that the intention is that they'll be referring people to us. And then there's the program in general, and then they've hired this incredible advertising company with that like the names that this company has represented is unbelievable, with a real emphasis on the longevity of our program, that we are the ones that teach the habits of health for the long term, not just weight loss. So, and they showed us some of the preliminaries for that. They can't release it yet, that piece of it yet, as it goes through compliance, but it's exciting. It is really exciting.
And Dee, there were a couple of questions that came up in the chat that I thought we could address.
Yeah.
One is somebody asked, does the lead count as a new client? So if just because they're a new lead doesn't necessarily mean that they're a client yet. It means they want more information on how to become a client. So if you're new to the leads program, you get an email that says, congratulations, Dee, you have a new client lead. Call them, reach out, see what their, needs are, and talk to them about the program. That's when you'll go in and kind of do a health assessment with them. So if that lead turns into a client, yes, they would count as one of your new clients for the Client Support Plus bonus. And my understanding is that it would also count as your one net new client for the leads that the leads program looks at. So I haven't heard for sure, but that's my understanding after reading about it.
Yeah, I know that they are investigating based on there's a couple of things in the pipeline, but I think if the lead comes to you, you're the one that has the conversation with them, and then they become a client as a result of your working with them, then yes, on that. So we'll get more information around that. So yeah, I mean, that's a freebie. I mean, if you get one, now we know some come to fruition. We have some integrated presidential directors that came as leads to the company. So you never know. There could be, leads that are bust, and there's could be one that, it radically changes their lives. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, Carolyn Twitchell came as a lead, and here she is on the Optavia cruise this week, which is pretty incredible. And that's
Sarah
because
Bond came
Lauren
as a lead.
coached her so well.
Yeah.
And showed up for her just like she would for any other person. So you never know who could be there. You might find your next Carolyn Twitchell. And if you're wondering what is associate director, that is $3,600 of volume. So $3,600 in frontline qualifying volume. So it starts in May, which means April, they're going to be looking at our volume this month. So I would definitely, if your goal isn't already to be at 3,600, I would set that as one of your goals and work with your mentorship team on making that happen.
And I would question, I mean, I have to go back and see that slide. It said paid for as associate director. So my guess is you could be a blended path associate director as well. Like if you were a paid for rank. I don't know that for a fact, but
Yeah,
that's
I'll pull
my
it up.
interpretation.
So, okay. Yeah. Everything that's up to interpretation, you just never know. But
Mhm.
my thought is, Dee, on the commission scale, in order to get full commission being paid as associate director, don't you have to have that amount of clients? So your qualifying rank is different, right? Your rank is different, but you
Oh,
would
your
be
commissionable
paid
rate.
as associate
Yes.
director.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah.
So that's how I
More
interpret
info to follow on that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll wait for the details. Yeah. And then the company is, Meg's going to put another slide up. The company is really looking to collect value, credible data to be used with our partnership with LifeMD and what the results are so that will be easier for us to market. There is not time for like clinical studies and all of that. So there's something called a real world evidence project, which basically means it's an internal study that we do. And they are going to be looking for, was it 150 people, Meg?
250.
250 people that will participate in this real world evidence project, which basically means the combination of LifeMD's clinical services in addition to the Optavia supported things that we provide to provide the experiences. So the sorry about that. The people who are going to be eligible would be who are eligible for GLP-1 medication. They can have it from their own physician, or they can do it through LifeMD. But if they have it through their own person, they do just have to connect with LifeMD to report their stats and go through an evaluation with them. But in exchange for that, get their baseline blood work done, et cetera. But in exchange for that, what's kind of cool is they're going to get a free smart scale that we're told is like the bomb diggity. And so they can get some accurate measurements, blood pressure cuff, and then a measuring tape. So, and then everything will be the same for us as coaches in terms of how we support those clients and how we're compensated.
And I'm really excited about this because, you know, I was talking to a nurse practitioner today who was saying, like, goodness, I'm noticing so many patients on these GLP-1s, they're losing so much muscle mass, they're losing their bone density, which we know that, right? Like, we're like, yes, that's why we love Optavia. So this real world evidence project will allow us to bring this data to potential clients, current clients, and say, see, like, this is why our program works. This is why it's so important that you watch your nutrition. You know, if you take GLP-1s, you have this nutrition plan alongside it. So I'm so excited for these results because we are actually going to be using these real world results. We want to make sure any clients that are going through are really serious about program, right? We don't want a client kind of like just wishy-washy in it or, you know, like ishing things, right? Because the results will be ished, right? We know that. So we really want clients who are all in, who are locked in. Lauren asked, how do people sign up for this? And there will be a way for coaches to nominate their clients. So keep in mind, right now we're at the stage where we're just asking you to kind of think about who you might want to nominate to be a part of this study. There's only going to be spots for 250. And there will probably be a whole lot more that want to be a part of this. So wanted to just share that. Another great question in the chat was, can the people in the study also be coaches? Absolutely. That is absolutely okay. And they can, if they're in the study, they can also become coaches. So just wanted to share that with everybody. So more information will come out, but we just wanted to spill the tea to you all and kind of let you know what's happening on the ground floor so you could be planning ahead.
Any other questions around any of that before we move on? Or questions about anything else? All right. It's good stuff. I mean, the one thing I've worked, with Optavia, it's 13 years, this past 13 years. The way that they are staying so on top of things and cutting edge, and keeping us informed and leadership, et cetera, I'm really, really impressed with. So we're doing our best to carry everything to you that we can, because we know it's important for you, for your business, and our mindset, everything is like everybody wants to be informed of what's coming. So. All right. So just in terms of the team, two things that we've been working on. One is just in the preliminary stages, but the idea had come up in one of our Thursdays. We have Time for You, which is just an informal gathering. All of you guys are welcome. Thursdays at 12:30 conversation. And somebody had asked, they said, do we have a marketing calendar of like different times of year that maybe we could be promoting different things, like kicking off spring and like spring break and summer, graduations, weddings, the new year, getting healthy before the holidays, that sort of thing. So we're trying to figure out what that would look like, gathering kind of some data on that. What would be the lead time that you'd need to start marketing it? And even sometimes there's just special months, like October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, February is Heart Month, things that we could be out marketing, just really showing who we are in terms of just overall wellness. So that's something we're working on. And thanks to, there's many on this call that have been helping us out with that. So thank you for that. And then the other, I did post it in Coaches Opt for Change, and hopefully you saw it. But Meg, you want to pull up the flyer and maybe talk for a second about our challenge?
Absolutely. So we've got a new challenge that is coming up that we are excited about, and it's called Body Reboot. Body Reboot. It's a 5-week challenge starting April 29th, going through June 3rd. And we've got some awesome pictures of Tiffany Howard up here. So you can see her transformation. It's one of my favorites. But this is a challenge that you can use. You can go ahead and use it now and market it to clients who want to get started with us then. Maybe they want to get started now. You can use it to attract new clients, but it is a challenge that we are excited about. Dee posted the graphic earlier today, and we've got a reading plan that we're going to provide. We're going to do some really fun things and encourage people to utilize all of the habits of health, right? So not only the coach, not only the community, but get into those books and that educational component, which we know is so important.
Yeah, it's kind of twofold. It's something for us to continue to finish through the month, right? Because I don't know about you. I mean, I told Meg in full transparency, like I pulled out my shorts and stuff, was not liking the way things looked, right? So I'm thinking if I'm feeling this way, there are probably other people out there that are thinking, oh my gosh, summer's coming. I need to work on, it's time to work on myself. I'm not where I want to be. So create that opportunity, again, continuing beyond Commit to Health, to be able to market this to attract new, right? We're always looking for new clients and reactivate. The other real core component is we had so many people come in as a result of Commit to Health that we want to use this to help get them integrated, right? So it's going to be what we talk about with the four, like Meg said, with the 4 components of the program. So it's a great way for our current, or you have people that are issuing it, people that are doing the different things that we can help to integrate them for it. And we're just going to flat out call it a weight loss challenge because we know that's what so many are looking for. And we've got all the documents. So I'll do a separate post on that. So you guys can have your what to share with clients, your own guidelines to follow, and the registration, all of it. We've got it ready to go. So questions? Comments? All right. Well, we hope that you are as excited about this as we are. Just the momentum. We've created a lot of momentum as a team. So thank you guys for what you have been doing with so many reactivated clients as well as new. So we're really making a difference. And I really feel like, 1 degree turn in a ship, right, can totally change the direction, right? And we're turning that. We're getting those 1 degree shifts. So well done, everybody. It's a lot to look forward to. So we'll get ready to roll into our watch party. I see some clients waiting to get in. So great job encouraging them, encourage you to stay on as well. And Meg, did you say they are sharing from the cruise?
Yes. So tonight, y'all, the Monday night call with all of Optavia, it's going to be live from the cruise. So I've got somebody texting right now trying to bring Dr. A into the room. So I think Dr. A is going to be on. The coaches that are on the cruise are going to be on. I'm just excited to see what happens because we don't really have a plan. So I think it's going to be powerful knowing what the energy is like on that boat with all these fired up people. They've been in training today from the top leaders. It's